Welcome to another episode of the Talking Shop podcast. Instead of Red Bull this week's episode is sponsored by Naproxen and Percocet because Josh has a kidney stone as we speak. So we're going to muscle our way through this one. And the only way I'm able to even sit here is because of those two drugs.
Thank goodness for drugs.
What did they do before that?
Oh, they just throw you off a cliff.
With a kidney stone, you'd beg for the sweet release of being thrown off a cliff.
Yeah. Are you there? Without the meds, Josh, would you just ask us to toss you over a cliff?
I mean, yeah, if you've ever had a kidney stone, you can comment. Let us know. It gets you pretty close.
We're going to have to just go through, as you would say, the annals of our podcast and find out what other episodes we have mentioned this calamity for you, Josh.
Yeah, I did in my – so I've been battling this kidney stone for 6 days. I did do a lot of research as I'm trying to figure out different ways to speed this thing up and get it out. But there's not a whole lot of evidence backing up drinking a lot of soda and stuff is a huge contributor to these. I think probably it doesn't help, but I think it's the lack of water would apply more than the amount of soda. Just saying.
I don't even know what the law of averages here. Is it one out of how many people get these things?
So they say, if I remember my statistics right, 3 out of 4 kidney stone sufferers are male. You never see young guys get them, and you never see old men get them. It's like, I think typically it's between the ages of like 25 and 55, right there.
We're all on the clock.
I know.
Worst, yeah.
Well, if it's 1 out of 3, then law of averages means in our friend group here that you're taking the hit for our group. So we appreciate it.
You probably would handle it better than any of us too.
Oh, I've done more. I'd be like tie a heavy rock around my rope. Around my neck, and then just roll me off the end of a pier.
I'll go off the cliff.
I consider myself pretty strong mentally. After the first 2 times I had them, it was like 8 hours of pure torture, and then they passed. This one I heard I hit hour 24 without any relief, and I broke down mentally and emotionally, and that was finally the point where I got to go to the hospital and see. Andrew, it might be that I've barely slept in the last 5 days.
You're on day 6 now, aren't you?
On day 6, last night I was able to get probably 4 hours of sleep. I went the first 3 days without sleeping at all and not even being able to lay down. So standing for 3 straight days. Yeah, they're not fun. But now that I've crushed everyone's hopes and dreams with my suffering, we can talk some shop. Today's a big day. Bowman release.
It is a big day. Let's get to it. What? Give us a little rundown here, Jacob.
All right, so since Josh has already done his kidney stone story, Michael and I are going to catch up on our weekend. Then we're going to get into the hobby news. We have some Shedeur Sanders drama heating up once again, and how will it affect his card stock, but not that card stock. The Braves' wild catch or no catch moment, should they have stopped the running? An earthquake shakes Rock Hill. Was that this morning?
It was last week. I think that's what dislodged Josh's kidney stone.
Oh, I wish.
Then after that, we have Topps taking over the NFL license with their formal announcement of the date and who are you guys most excited to see in Chrome. First, Brady. Now we have Bo Jackson. Our high-profile signings, the new hobby wave. Bowman release week is here. I know Josh is so excited to talk about that, and there's plenty to break down. All that plus what's new in the shop, big hits from the vault, and another crazy stat. But first, Michael, how was your weekend?
So, can't top the kidney stone thing. Have you guys ever heard of what's his name? He's a comedian.
Jeff Foxworthy.
No, he's
does a good
clean
kidney
like
stone,
Jeff Foxworthy. Brian Regan.
Oh yeah,
And
one of my all-time favorite gifts is Brian.
Yeah. He talks about being a topper, and you can't tell a two wisdom tooth story. So can't top
He's
the
a
kidney
four
stone.
wisdom tooth guy.
Can't top
Yeah. I
a
walked
kidney
on the
stone.
moon. That's
How
where
about
he
you,
takes that one.
Jacob? Are you passing anything through your system that needs to be noted on the podcast?
No, I went and saw Thunderbolts twice this past weekend, so that was pretty fun. Twice.
I heard it sucks bad enough to not see once.
Ooh.
Oh no, it was good. It was good.
The marketing for it has been just top notch, which has been fun to watch.
It was
Also,
good.
I enjoyed it. I went.
David
and saw it
Harbour.
Thursday.
David
Go ahead.
Harbour. I hardly ever call him David Harbour. I always call him Hopper from Stranger Things. Steals every scene that he's in. He's fantastic. And Florence Pugh. She's great.
It's pretty great. I saw it Thursday, then took my nephew after school on Friday to go see it.
Good for you. You're a funkle. Good for you. All right. Yep. That's catching up. Sorry, Josh. Just if you pass out during the podcast, I think we can kick you out of the studio so you won't have to just sit there.
How about this?
We'll keep it rolling like the Braves game.
Yeah, if you see me doing this, I can stand and give my back a little relief.
You need a sit-stand desk like I got.
There you go. There you go. What else do we have in the opening rip here, Jacob?
Shedeur Sanders, Josh's guy.
Yeah,
I didn't know I had a guy.
Yeah, you did. You
did.
did. Let's defend this one, Mr. Devil's Advocate. Go ahead and pop this onto the screen. There,
I do not have a link for that.
You're the one that posted it in the chat.
Then stand by. I will have a picture for that.
Yeah, Josh, stand by.
Standing.
Stand by to get some.
My great screenshot on Facebook.
Yes.
Andrew says, gee, sounds like it's going to be a 3-hour episode. Andrew, my back can't take a 3-hour episode. I'm in trouble already.
We're going to talk very quickly, Andrew. I promise you. All right, so what we got here, Jacob?
It says, a team with the top 7 pick in the 2025 NFL draft requested Shedeur Sanders to study its playbook for an interview session. Shedeur arrived unprepared and used his time to question the team's leadership, asking their strategies to support him.
Here's my thoughts on any of these reports about, things he might have said. If they're true, then he's getting his due. But it's a big if they're true, because we know sometimes stuff just isn't what it is, or it's embellished, or it's taken out of context, or whatever. But if he's truly been like that, he better back it up. And these guys the guys that talk like that can rarely back it up. So
we'll
I
see
hope for his case that he can back it up, because I like the guys that talk and then can back it up.
We'll see how far this apple falls from the tree. Let's just put
Leon could back it up.
Yeah.
He's one of those few in history that could back up the trash talk.
Yeah. Which made you wanted him on your team, and you hated playing against them because you'd have to hear it all game long. All right, Jacob, what else?
Our next story is this baseball clip that we were talking about a little bit in the pregame.
This
was a
kid.
rough time.
I'm not watching it. Are you putting it up? Oh, you jerk.
Go
I
ahead,
don't watch this stuff. I'll drink my...
That Olsen shoots the other way toward the line. Oh, catch made by Callahan, or was it made? And he is in some pain. The ball was not caught. Matt Olson is going to come around and try to score, and he's going to.
Yeah, he's hurt down there. All right. Shut the audio off. Mr. Kidney Stone has a great take here. Go ahead, Josh.
So I don't care what happens. You got to take a half a second, stand up and chuck that ball into an infielder and then lay down.
This is coming from the guy that stood up for 3 days straight.
I know. That's
Right.
a different sort of tough there, Josh.
You got to do what it takes. Like, I remember one time, again, dude broke his arm. I'm not going to compare this, but hard ground ball hit to me at shortstop, hit me right in the junk. And I quickly grabbed it, whipped it to first base, and in the same motion, just kept running and ran right into the dugout. You got to finish the play, especially a ball that's just laying out there and they're just rounding the bases like it's a little league game.
There you go.
Right there. You got to get up, throw that ball in with your other hand, kick it in if you got to, and then lay down.
You got to turn into Pele and throw it in there. So here's my question, right? In the spirit of the game, does Matt Olson stop at second? If you're the base runner, do you stop and get this kid some medical attention, or do you keep going? Because it was in the park home run, inside the park home run. He just kept going.
Yeah. No, you got to.
You got to keep going.
You got to keep going. That's why the dude has to not give up on it. Gave up on it. He gave up on it.
I broke my arm like that, though. They wouldn't be able to tell me anything that was remotely relevant to what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. If you're like running, it looked like he broke it that way. That hurts, man. That way, maybe not, but that hurts.
Yeah, but he had a kidney stone.
Well, so such a top. You said there goes your two wisdom tooth story there. But does he have it's like a trump card?
But I walked on the moon.
Boy, those Percocets are kicking in. I love it.
What's funny, at hour 24 of no pain relief is when I broke down mentally and emotionally. At about hour 36, I was standing there and I just started singing, and I felt like, you remember I felt like I was in Predator and the dude, you remember the bald black guy, and he said, I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun.
I'm so happy we're recording right now.
I was at about hour 36. I was getting delirious, but I didn't give in to that bed.
That's right. Woo! I am so glad we're recording. Yes, so we're having some agreements on finishing the play. Yeah, so I just feel bad for the kid. Hopefully, does he have nightmares every time he hits the warning track for the rest of his life? Does he just not?
Only if he's weak-minded.
Yes, put me in center field, coach. I don't want to have anything to do with the sidelines at all. I feel bad for him. This fourth start. I'm rooting for him to come back. And
even Ken Griffey Jr., didn't he catch the ball and then break his wrist?
He caught it, broke his wrist, and ran in. It was to end the inning, and he ran in.
Yeah, but he hung on to the ball.
He did.
This guy, as soon as he hits the wall, it's like, all my clothes come off and everything comes off and all the equipment comes off and my shoes come off so they can put me on a stretcher. Finish the play.
I don't think his clothes came off, but
it just seemed like it. He just laid down there, gloves coming off, and
this is going to be our most highly rated episode in history, and we're just going to have to make sure Josh takes a Percocet before every
I told
episode.
You. And the worst part about it, this is where I'm starting to get nervous. I'm down to 2 pills.
Oh boy, he's going to go. So not only are we going to get the height of the Percocet, let's see if we can let him hang on long enough to where he goes to the withdrawals live. So this is going to be highly.
And if anyone has any Percocet they're willing to sell, just hit me up. Just kidding. Derek says, my problem is with the other outfielder. Why didn't he throw it in? At that point, I think it was too late, right? The damage had been done.
Well, like I said, I mean, Matt Olson, if you look at part of the clip, and I don't know what order this stuff is happening in, but he's like looking over his shoulder. Should I run? Should I not run? So even Matt Olson's like, what's going on out there? Like, am I going to
Matt
be
Olson might be thinking, did it get ruled a catch? Did it get
Right.
ruled a drop? Was it
Yeah.
foul?
Yeah. So, you know what? Let's skip the earthquake talk. And I want to talk with Josh in his heightened senses here. I want to talk about this review that came in because this is going to be gold. Gold.
I'm pulling it
So
up.
we had one of our favorite guys. If you're just joining us, one of our favorite things to do is to review 1-star reviews for the shop. And so go ahead and read this one, Jacob. It's too small on my screen.
All right. It says they don't answer the phone consistently for days on end. Not sure why they even have a phone number. You literally miss out on dollars not answering. In my case, a few thousand. Store is okay for collectors, but if you are looking for a serious Pokemon group, go to Concord or somewhere else. Store doesn't keep up with meta on the games they sell, have no input, sell outdated sets, etc. Just a downright disappointing shop in a great location. I am a Pokemon professor offering my time for free to help this place grow. It is disappointing. I have to drive an hour out to another state to get a decent experience.
All right, Josh. Well, I haven't even had a chance to respond to Josh.
That's Professor Josh.
Did Josh leave this under the influence?
Whoever left this was under the influence of stupidity. Because, so, like, we were laughing at the shop. I asked Aaron, I was like, what did he mean? We're not, let me see where it said, they're not, did it phone it?
Meta.
Yeah, there it is. So meta on it. They don't keep up with meta on the game they saw. I said, Aaron, what's that mean? He said newest releases. Is that what you took it as? Like, we don't keep up with meta. In other words, all the newest releases of these products?
It's either that or like the lore of Pokemon, which
I don't know.
I mean, I would put my guys' Pokemon knowledge, especially our professor, which we have a couple of.
Wait a minute. This is a
give
thing?
him a lab coat.
Yeah, Jarrett, before Jarrett died, he was a professor. Yeah, you have to be a sanctioned OTS store like we are. You have tournament organizer. That's your main. Meta means the current competitive cards and decks. If this idiot even knew how many cards we get in all the time and how fast they sell out, he has no idea what he's talking about. We get more current release Pokemon product than anybody around. And
every weekend with your tournaments and stuff.
We have a professor in the live chat. Who's the professor?
Yeah, Andrew is. We have a tournament,
Andrew, Professor
we have a
Andrew.
tournament organizer and professors in the shop. And I guarantee you this idiot didn't have thousands to spend. Bull crap.
Wow.
The only people, and this will sound bad, the only people that spend thousands on Pokemon in my shop are the sports guys that are like, let me dabble in Pokemon a little bit.
Yeah.
Nothing against Pokemon, not that they don't have big spenders, because we have people that spend thousands, they just don't spend it all at once. They come in all the time and they're constantly coming in buying and supporting the shop. But people don't come in here and just drop a few thousand. That's him trying to puff himself up.
I think so.
But I didn't even respond to this because it was just laughable. Yeah, we have the biggest pre-release events out of anyone. We get the most pre-release product. You know why we get the most pre-release product? Because we have the biggest pre-release events. We have all the newest releases and all the newest TCG games that we carry on launch day for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon earlier than any other retail stores because we're OTS stores. So this guy probably got a glimpse in the mirror and realized he was a D-bag and had to leave a bad review. Or what usually happens is he's connected to another shop in some way, friends with someone, and they just
Maybe in Concord.
they make up, yeah, probably. They make up these, he probably saw, like everyone's throwing a fit now about Pokemon cards and selling at market price. And I was thinking the other day, man, because V-Friends came out today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Chrome V-Friends, and those blasters are if you look, they're 100 to like 130 market price already. And I got to thinking, wait a second, like every sports product we've ever carried has an MSRP, and no shop has ever sold at MSRP. You sell that product at market price.
Right.
And some shops like me sell in between because I like to be below market. But I'll get an invoice for a sports product and it'll have an MSRP on it. I don't think I've ever looked at the MSRP price in years. What's wrong with these people?
We love feisty Josh.
Can we have like a late night episode one time where Josh pops a perk and we just read negative reviews?
Hey, get me some, bro.
Let's do it. Well, you brought
I might
up
pop another one here in a minute because it's hard to sit still. My back hurts.
Well, you brought up one release. What else is hitting the shop this week, Josh?
Well, we know Bowman baseball. The 2-boxer will be happening after the podcast.
Oh man, that's gonna be must-see TV, guys.
Oh.
Stick around for that break.
If I can make it through it, you're going to see me like dancing
If
as I'm
Josh pulls a superfractor,
He's gonna be standing up.
he's gonna take his clothes off and roll around on the floor.
Yeah, so let me see. So Topps Chrome V-Friends, I just have blasters, but we're selling those in the shop already today. Whew. National Treasures Baseball.
I thought you fell asleep there for a second.
No,
Sorry.
there ain't no falling asleep, I assure you. Takes an act of Congress to get me to sleep with his back pain. National Treasures Baseball. And let's make sure that and let's go here because we'll see if there's anything else coming for Friday. So Derek says the box break price for the Rockies for a full 12 case opening it is $849 just for the spot. Wow.
Yeah, that's Charlie Condon, the home run hitter that graduated from Georgia. He's the dude in this release, but we'll get to that.
Oh, so yeah, so Friday, Topps Resurgence Football. I've had that on order for a while, so that comes out this Friday. That's obviously a brand new Topps product. It's 2024. But yeah, all the big ones today. Bowman blasters, Bowman Breakers Delight. It's the only one I didn't get for some reason. And I was confused because you go to Topps' website and it says, check out all the different variations you can buy. They don't have Breakers Delight. So, but it's out there. So, and then Hobbies and Jumbos, which we have. National Treasures Baseball, we have. Topps Chrome V-Friends, we have. That's today's releases. And Friday is Impeccable Live Golf. And I cannot remember if I have that coming. I might. Resurgence Football. Those are the two big ones on Friday. We for sure will have Resurgence blasters and hobby boxes. I didn't realize till today or yesterday when we didn't receive the Bowman Megas. That Bowman's baseball Megas don't launch today. They launch next week. Fun fact.
Awesome.
Or maybe even later, but
Those are usually delayed a little bit.
yeah, they for some reason have a different release day than the hobby stuff, which I thought was weird.
They'll probably launch some special parallel. But like I said, we're going to talk a little bit about Bowman in just a bit. But Jacob, hit us with the promo, and we'll be right back.
Are you looking to get your cards graded? Well, here at Grand Slam, we've simplified the process of submitting and getting a card graded. All you have to do is drop off your cards and kick your feet up, while our transparent tracking ensures that you are up to date with every detail along the way. When you log into our website, you'll immediately be greeted with each card in the grading process, along with where it's at in the process and its final grade. And with over 1,000 submissions and some of the top cards across the country being submitted through us, we have become a well-trusted source to handle and submit your cards. So you can do more collecting and leave the chore of grading to us. So don't sit on grading your cards. Get them submitted today at Grand Slam, where grading's made easy.
All right, Jacob, what's on tap for our hobby news?
Well, the first thing is football is coming to Tops. Go ahead and pull that tab up.
Tops football has been here. Oh, the license
goes live next year, April 1st. I don't know. Like the draft happens in April, but that's too quick of a turnaround. They may do maybe Tops Now, but they've been doing Tops Now stuff.
Are there any good comments in this article? Because I only see one and it's positive. It says, "Can't wait. Tops is 10 times better than Panini."
$3,000 hobby boxes.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to jack the price up for sure, but it'll jack up the resale value as well. What's the Jim Carrey one?
Oh, boy.
That's a good one.
And people referencing the Tops monopoly, basically.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like, so next year, that will be. We'll see. I don't know if Arch Manning is coming out next year. He might. But didn't he sign with Panini? Arch Manning.
Well, we know
So
Shedeur and Travis and are exclusive. Mahomes. Did we talk about Mahomes being? Because Mahomes is not exclusive.
So Arch Manning will be, but like I said, it's too quick of a turnaround. Like if that licensing starts on April 1st, there's no way they're going to be able to. We're talking about fanatics here, so who knows?
Can they print up licensed product and then just not sell it till the 1st? Because that would be their only way around it. Have it all printed, ready to go.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I mean, the buzz is going to be around the draft, so they're going to try to leverage that event as much as they can. So, but see, I'm excited. Like I've never opened a pack of licensed Topps Chrome football, so it's just going to be enormous. And hopefully they've got their stuff together. You know, Panini was crazy late. Prism wouldn't come out until January. So maybe if they hustle and they have their stuff together, we may be looking at Topps Chrome in the middle of the season. Who knows?
Yeah. It'll be good. I want to see some licensed Brady Topps stuff.
Oh, man. And they're going to do throwback stuff.
Arch Manning's deal is for exclusive memorabilia. Autographed memorabilia. So I don't know if that would apply to cards because it specifically mentions photos, helmets, and jerseys.
Yeah. Does that mean if he's got a patch, that's memorabilia, right?
I don't want to have
Still
that
hard
conversation.
though.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna
those debut patches are killing it.
Oh, those debut patches for Topps Chrome football. It's gonna be just outrageous. All right, what's this next story we got going? Because this ties into, I think this news came out of this the industry conference. So go ahead and run this video, and then we'll cherry pick what we want to talk about.
All right.
Of important information that came out this week, so listen up. The Topps Industry Conference just took place in Atlanta. It announced that Topps will take over NBA licensing as of October of 2025. Had people playing around with the idea of releasing Topps Dynasty. We also found out that gold MLB logo patch cards for both Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, commemorating their MVP season, will be in 2025 Topps Chrome this year. They also announced new products for the NBA licensing. Looks like they're going with Topps Finest Cosmic Chrome Motif, Topps 3 Inception, Diamond Icon, Resurgence, and Eternity. They also teased NFL licensing activating in March or April. These will include some of the products behind me. How do we feel about some of these announcements? Which one are you looking forward to the most? Let me know in the comment section.
A lot in that. I'll take the NBA license dropping or moving over in October 2025. That is just in time for opening of the season. Look, the NBA has been down as far as the hobby is concerned. Depending on the rookies that come out, and I have no clue. And if you're in the chat, let us know what big rookies we can be looking forward to next year.
Cooper.
But yeah, Cooper Flag. This may be the time. I've said it a couple times, and Victor wasn't able to do it. Cooper may be able to do it, but basketball's been down for so many years now in the hobby. After driving the hobby, maybe there's going to be some pent-up demand, and we'll see. Thoughts on anything there?
Did that talk about that red? Are we talking about Bowman more specifically at all?
Later.
Yeah, we'll end the show with that.
I know they talked about a lot of WWE stuff, but that's exciting for me and Josh, and that's about it. Did a lot of mock-up images of future products showing the debut patches for Mania, with Mania patches and Raw and SmackDown debut patches. And I think we talked about it. I don't know if it was this year or last year, that cool triple auto that was coming in a UFC product with, what was it, Joe Rogan, Bruce Buffer, and Daniel Cormier.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it. They said they're doing that product for WWE as well. And I think isn't that a new product?
I believe it is.
It's like royalty or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was going to extend to wrestling and UFC. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Ed, mad is not what Josh is.
You got to start the podcast over.
Yeah, you got to go back.
You can't miss that.
Ed doesn't realize that Josh literally is battling a kidney stone as we speak. And I'm down to one. I'm down to 2 Percocet left.
Oh
Ed,
boy,
and I can feel it coming.
it's been awesome.
Jacob says I like when Jacob says I like feisty Josh. You ain't seen nothing. You get me off of camera and someone rile my feathers. You'll see a side of Josh.
It was Andrew that said that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said earlier I like feisty Josh. I'm like, well, see me in person. I'll be feisty. I tone it down when I know I'm being recorded for the world.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead. I know we got to get Josh back into the shop. Handling.
I got to do this right after. We're doing the
absolutely.
Bowman break right after.
Oh yes, that's can't miss TV, guys. Let's talk a little bit about Bowman. My favorite release of the year. The 3 Bowman releases are my favorite releases of the year. Let's talk about this that Josh sent over actually earlier last week, and it's the Red Rookie Redemption Program. Play that video, Jacob.
Exciting new way to collect Bowman. Introducing the Bowman Red Rookie Redemption. Here's how it works. The key is to look out for these new Red RC logos. They'll be stamped on a limited number of rookie refractors and then randomly inserted into all Bowman products. Once the Rookie of the Year winners are announced, collectors holding that player's Red RC will have a limited time to redeem their card for $100 in Fanatics Fan Cash. Should they choose to, each collector can decide to trade in their Red RC or hold it. Because once your Red RC wins Rookie of the Year, you unlock additional reward possibilities as that player's career develops. If that
It's like a
Rookie of the
video
Year
game.
goes on to win either an MVP or Cy Young Award, the card can be redeemed for $300 in Fanatics fan cash. 2 MVPs or Cy Youngs, and it goes to $500. 3 MVPs or Cy Youngs, and we're talking $700 in fan cash. And if your Red RC goes on to the Hall of Fame, $1,000 in fan cash. That's fan cash that can be used for more Topps trading cards, singles, auctions, live breaks. You can even use it for your favorite team gear. Are you sitting on the next MVP or Hall of Famer? You decide. Enjoy another way to collect with 2025 Bowman
love how
Baseball
they're,
and the all-new Red RC.
They're very optimistic about being able to give out that fan cash in 15 years when a player, 20 years when a player makes the Hall of Fame. I love the idea. It's just more fun stuff, but
it's a great idea. I just don't
it
know
feels
if they
very
the math
casino
isn't
game.
mathing there.
One of those pictures I just sent, a customer hit a red rookie redemption in the store this morning, and I got a picture of it. I mean, you can throw it up now if you want. It's even a good rookie, but
It is.
I think he said the catch here with this card is he got the James Wood, but James Wood can't win Rookie of the Year this year.
He cannot.
So he said he pulled this, put it on eBay, and it instantly sold for $100. So I'm like, hey, take it and run. Because he could still win MVP or not Cy Young, but he could win MVP or go into the Hall at some point.
In 20 years.
You got to think too. It's just a shorter print rookie card too.
It is. It is. I love the idea behind this. It's just another way to hype up the product, a product that doesn't usually need a lot of hype. But this is, they've riffed off of the buyback program. They're evolving that, and this is just another version of that, I think, and I love it.
Yeah. Andrew says the payout's ridiculously low. I think it's because they're not going to be that rare, is what I'm thinking. Because this customer pulled 2 out of a jumbo box, I think.
Yeah. I think they're 1 per hobby and 2 per jumbo.
Oh, well, there you go. Good answer.
Yeah. It's not the rarity of it. It's just the chase. It's just another way to chase and have some skin in the game. It is unfortunate that you're going to get a little bit of this to where they got enough playing time last year to where they got a rookie card, but they're not eligible for Rookie of the Year. So
yeah,
you're going to get a little bit of that, but love the program. All right. What's that next link here? This is one of my favorite parallels, and we'll talk about some other parallels. Got that, Jacob?
The next link I have is the spreadsheet.
Oh, nope. There's that one. It's an Instagram link.
Sounds boring.
Spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet. Let's analyze a spreadsheet.
Come on, man. There we go. One of my favorite. I think this was introduced 3 years ago, and I love this because it's just clean. Look at that. Yeah. It's the spotlight.
Yeah.
Parallel, and they've just stuck with the same layout, the same design, and it's turning out to be pretty timeless, especially when they get good photos of players. I mean, look at that. You think that card's gonna be worth anything? The Shohei Superfractor spotlight in the Dodgers uniform. That is sick.
I sent if none of these pictures are ones you have highlighted there, you can throw these up there too. The ones I just sent to you.
Yeah.
I pulled from the internet.
You can post Josh's picture because that's one of the prospects that number one, he's the number 2 prospect of Baseball America, the number 1 prospect for the Brewers, and his name is either Jesus Made or Jesus Made.
So Jesus Made.
The theory continues.
Yes. Oh yes, and then to the What's your theory, Jacob, so that I don't steal your thunder?
The first one they sign every time is the one of 150, the blue parallel. Every sport, it's the first one that gets signed. It's the one that has the inscription.
So far, your theory is held up.
It has. Andrew's saying the Spotlight is the only insert set I build. It's to me, it's just super clean. But there are other inserts in this product. Jacob, can you open up the ripped? I think it's this one. That link, the ripped link. It's under the Google link in the
Find
show
out.
notes. This might have some of the parallels that I want to talk about. Or those are the prospects. Hold on. Go ahead and run through those. So these are going to be the names we're looking for. The first one, we mentioned him. This is why the Rockies are so coveted as a case break, getting the team to get is because of this guy, Charlie Condon from Georgia. Who is this? Oh, JJ Weatherholt. He plays for the Cardinals.
Yep.
Jesus Made for the Brewers. And my guy, I mentioned this kid months ago. He went to my high school, the high school I graduated from, and he was drafted. He was the number 16th overall pick in last year's draft, PJ Morlando. Now, I don't think that he's got autographs, but he's certainly in this product. Probably something that I'm going to see if I can pick up some singles.
So
Cool. Go ahead.
We just answered. I mean, the Rockies seem to be the team to get in breaks. Is that the consensus?
It is, but they're going to be expensive, right? The Rockies, the Brewers. Anytime you get a top prospect in a that's featured, either a cover boy or everybody's talking about them, they're going to be those teams are going to be expensive. So that's the beauty of the sort of the random breaks that you run, Josh. It gives everybody a shot.
Yeah. What Derek has been talking about the throwback logo refractors. Do you have a picture of what that looks like?
No, I know that Brooks Robinson is one of the retrofractors this year, and I cannot remember who the other person is. Here, let me just see. I'm on Topps Ripped real quick. I thought I had pulled up the
Or any retrofractors?
Yeah, the retrofractor is going to be Brooks Robinson is the first one, and obviously he's not signing. But there was another Hall of Famer that is in here as a retrofractor, and he is signing, so you get some autographs.
Well, as far as what teams would those be? Would that be Orioles? For
Brooks Robinson would be an Oriole, yes.
I wonder what the other one would be. Just for my break happening shortly.
Yeah. And then the anime cards. I think Josh posted that photo.
Someone told me today that these are 1 in a million packs for the kanji.
Yep.
Yes, the kanji
awesome.
is super, super rare.
Can you imagine pulling one of those? Those look sweet.
Where are you? I'm looking for this insert that I'm convinced that it looks like what it looks like is somebody from Panini said, you know what people chase is the color blast. And it looks like the inside of a rock, and they look great.
Let me send I have a picture. Send it in the chat right this second. Is it? Yeah, it's this one. It's in the chat right now.
Yes.
Looks like a geode.
Yeah.
Yes.
The geode, Andrew says. Yeah, those are
And
sweet.
so, yeah, these look fantastic. I hope they keep this rolling. But clearly, the people that left Panini and went to Topps said you got to do something like a color blast, and that's what this reminds me of.
Are they all going to be team color based?
No, the ones that I've seen all have that background, but who knows?
Oh, okay.
Does Harper have his first anime in this? That's a great question. Let me see if I can pull up a checklist and just do a quick.
I keep trying to pull up a checklist and
Sometimes it
I've
takes.
never pulled this up. The breakdown of the inserts.
Yeah, anime. Bryce Harper, yes, as an anime bard in this.
What do you think if Topps started doing more crossing over sports cards into pop culture? You think that would be good or bad? This is for Andrew. You're not really Jacob. You're not really the correct person to answer this, because I think your answer would be awesome, because it would just get you a little bit of an interest in. But for Michael, who would be a hardcore baseball card guy, do you think it would hurt or help? And I'm trying to think of an example like
The Garbage Pail Kids had some crossover.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what could be something that's relevant in the world today.
Cactus Jack boxes.
I don't know, man.
No, those are two different sports.
I love the Garbage Pail Kid crossover. I love the anime crossover. But, you think back to Project 2020 in baseball, and it had its day for about 3 weeks, and then it fell off the cliff. I think baseball is one of those sports where
you
have
keep it
so
pure.
many. You have so many traditionalists that you don't want to color outside of the boxes too much. Now they got to move that window over, because the collectors are going to get younger, and the older collectors are just, they're going to start looking at, the day is coming soon when junk wax out of the late 90s is going to be vintage, right? So a Trump logo fractor.
Yeah, GTA, and you had the Venom and I just thought, like, if you started doing, how like Magic the Gathering has crossed over with Transformers or with Lord of the Rings, or I think you're right though. I think it needs to be kept a little more pure in baseball.
Yeah, and this release here, I get it. There's some beautiful inserts, and some inserts to sort of push the design envelope. But Bowman, primarily, you're going to get guys that are prospectors. They follow a team or teams. They identify who the young kids are, the hitters, the pitchers that have amazing stats on paper. And there are some guys that will just sit on this stuff. They'll rip it, or they'll keep it sealed, and then they'll sit there. And in 5 to 7 years, some of these kids will be in the major leagues, and then we'll see. I mean, I am sure there are people sitting on 2018 Bowman that could sell it for a mint because of Shohei. And so, or 2017, is it 2017? I think 2016 was Soto, 2017 was Acuna, 2018 was Shohei. I mean, come on. So, yeah. I don't know about a crossover with Bowman. Maybe Topps, try to get us through the summer.
Have a standalone set rather than infiltrate.
That's probably, that would be if I was going to do it.
It's hard to complain about it if it's a completely separate set.
Yeah.
Just for you guys that are listening that need a little context on who to look for in the break coming up that Josh is going to do, and breaks if you're wanting to buy into this. So Filth Bomb Breaks actually released a spreadsheet, and I'm looking at it here. Out of the top 100, these are guys that you're looking for in breaks or for teams. So JJ Weatherholt, he's number 20 with St. Louis. Kevin McGonigal was with Detroit. Charlie Condon, we've mentioned him already, is Colorado. Thomas White, Miami. Quinn Matthews, St. Louis. Jesus Made with the Brewers. Franklin Arias, Boston. And Josue Briseno with Detroit. So it looks like Detroit and St. Louis. And then obviously, Colorado and Milwaukee are some teams that you're going to want to focus on if you're trying to buy into breaks or hope you get if you're in a random break. So thoughts on this, Josh? Early results coming out of the shop today? Is it moving?
Just that first couple cards. That was the only thing that's been sent to me so far. We'd only been open like an hour until we did the podcast. So,
okay.
We still have one more of those for a hit from the shop.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that.
Well, speaking of that, let's go ahead and move to that so that we can show off a little bit of what's coming out of the boxes getting opened up.
Yeah. So this was out of the first jumbo box we sold. Caglione.
Beautiful.
Autograph. Yeah, that's a pretty card.
And so Caglione, I guess he was in draft because this is going to be a Bowman auto.
Yep.
But not a Bowman first auto. And then I don't know when he's going to get his rookie card. Or was he in Series 1?
No.
Series 2?
No, he's got to get called up. He's not been called up yet, I don't think, right?
I don't know. You're right. He has not been called up.
Yeah,
he has not been called up.
He's been killing it from what I've heard, but
yeah. So, all right, Josh, got a crazy stat for us, or is you?
I think I do.
Are you being on Percocet crazy enough?
Yeah. Well, one of our guys, David, just commented on my Facebook post of the break. So, my break is 2 hobby boxes of Bowman baseball. Oh, to my camera.
Yeah.
Freeze.
Yep.
There it is. So 2 hobby boxes of Bowman baseball. If you zoom in on the boxes, those are actually jumbo boxes that are posted in the picture. So I guess if anyone complains and wants their break spot back, I'll give it back because I made that mistake. But in my defense, I was high on drugs probably when I did that. So, but yes, they are. The 2 boxes we are breaking are right here. They are hobby boxes. Why is my camera starting to glitch now that we're going to do a break here in a minute?
It looks fine, Josh. I don't think it's the camera glitching.
I hadn't seen an issue. Normally there's an issue. Right now you're crystal.
Okay.
I think you might be glitching.
My reality is glitching.
There you
no,
go.
It's glitching. I know I'm not. But as long as it's not glitching on your end, that's all that matters. But yes.
That's awesome. Well, guys, if you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, comment. This has been one of our zaniest episodes. So, but Josh, thanks for gutting through it.
I'm running out of gas, I can tell you that.
You hit the wall, and even though you broke your wrist, you threw the ball in. So appreciate it.
There's David. No, David's the one that commented. Just
you keep him straight, David. You keep him straight.
Jacob, David, are you in that break? Just for that, I'm going to pull you a great card. Or give you your money back, whichever you want. I'd be happy.
Thanks for producing. And guys, thanks for hanging in there with us on this episode. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
All right. Break coming in a few minutes. Stay tuned.